Hey, dollar, just they get it, higher power, over naira. Still them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you loud down, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my egun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. Ayégun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Ayégun diary, Ayégun number one.
Hello there.
Ayégun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Ayégun diary, Ayégun number one.
Ayégun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Ayégun diary, Ayégun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú.
Share this broadcast.
Ayégun diary, Ayégun number one.
Bó bá ṣe rere, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Ayégun diary.
Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today.
Diary, Ayégun number one.
Ayégun diary politico.
Ayégun diary, Ayégun number one.
Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Ayégun diary, Ayégun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́kọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Read the caption of this broadcast. Like I said, read the description as well. Invite your friends and not so friendly friends as well. Tell them that Mayegun is live.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé. Ayégun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Ayégun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Ayégun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Ayégun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Ayégun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Ayégun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
That is right. You know, there is a story of people who have been victims of fraudsters in the past. I'm going to share that with you tonight.
Ayégun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Ayégun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Ayégun máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ayégun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. And if you have read the caption of the broadcast as advised, and you have also shared, please like the broadcasts. That is your own offering. I bet you probably have been sort of hearing some of what I'm about to discuss tonight for those who have been following the development back in Nigeria and those who are in Nigeria too. Tifnumbu presented a budget of 27.5 trillion naira. And since the presentation, no one outside the Asaku has been able to have access to line by line proposal that Tifnumbu submitted. Now, one of the lawmakers now told the BBC Hausa Radio that, to their own surprise, the box that looked heavy that Tifnumbu presented and picture was taken was actually an empty box. But just a few hours after that, another member of that same, who happened to be a member of the Asaku, now said, what is the big deal there? That he presented empty box. That he already sent a flash drive to the leadership of the National Assembly. So if the leadership hasn't sort of copy all the members who are expected to have their input in discussing the proposal before finally passing it. So they just went for the guy. Like they are just troublemaker. What is the big deal if Tifnumbu presented empty box? Now, empty box simply means empty promises. Now, just again, to prove to you again, among other things that you are probably aware of now, that if you are one of those who are building expectations on the lies that these rogues have been telling you, or they are still telling you, even if your brain don't liquidate, even if they don't use you, and you have a chance of tuning in to listen to Mayegu, isn't that enough for you to begin to actually have a rethink over your life and your choices, the choices you make in life? Okay, we'll get to that part. From presenting empty box as a budget to flying 1,400 people into Dubai just to go and discuss climate change. Now, just before we get into that, let me tell you something. I am somebody who is not against, the campaign, the climate change campaign. But at the same time, I am not also ignorant of the hypocrisy behind those who are the countries that are funding the campaign. In Nigeria, Nigeria is a country that could barely generate 5,000 megawatt electricity, talk less of distributing the same. They could barely transmit 3,000 megawatt of electricity in a country of 200 million people. Industries, they are folding up almost on a daily basis. Year in, year out, the policies of the criminals in government is not to industrialize. And climate change is simply about the carbon emission. Here you get all those, your generator, your cars, your factories, and all those things they are emitting. But when you look at the countries that are funding this, and you look at the rate of their own emission, and you look at the entire Africa put together, and the emission coming out of Africa, you will see the hypocrisy of the African politicians. And then you see the hypocrisy of the Western world funding it. And why a lot of people kind of see it as, you know, it's one of those elite toy projects. So they want Africans to stop burning firewoods. Okay? They want Africans to stop using petrols and diesel because, here you get. Meanwhile, this Nigeria that used to be at least industrialized because of epileptic power supply, a lot of businesses, a lot of factories have folded up and left Nigeria. So if you are now a country that is contributing nearly 0% emission to the global supposed crisis, and you are also a poor country whose people are going through, then they go through right now. UAE, they put a visa ban on Nigerians. And not until now, a lot of us didn't know that the visa ban actually affects those who are living high lives. I'm talking about those who kind of appear to be doing well in Nigeria. Visa ban to Dubai has become something like a luxury. But Tifnumbu and his gang, they were able to move in 1,410. 590 of those were paid for, including their hotels, their food. They were paid for. Ester code, that means the dollar, they will pay them daily for being a delegate of the federal government of president. They pay them $600 every day. And if they spend 5 days, that is $3,000 just to get a free flight, free 5-star hotel, free ride, and maybe some free shoppings, and 3,000 US dollars. Now multiply 3,000 US dollars. This is the smallest they pay. People like Tifnumbu is paid extra code of $2,500 a day. Yes, Tifnumbu, everywhere he goes. Officially, they have to pay him. And everybody that is in his entourage, from category to category, they get paid every day. It's not free. That is what is taking your forex. That is where your forex, your dollars exchange and the rest of, that's where they go to. They don't go to the hands of business people. The people that are really going to use the money for businesses, improve your economy. When they wanted it, they don't have access to them. But you see these politicians and their trips, that's exactly where your money goes to. And those are the official ones. $300, $600. Multiply that by 590. Then begin to calculate their transportation, the logistics. That money is not for them to pay for their own hotel. The money is just to say you are also part of the team. We are take. In a country that is begging everyone to come and either borrow them money or invest in Nigeria, 590. Tifnumbu's family, his children, their own wives, some of their children, their girlfriends, business associates, friends, uncles, cut across boards, ministries, state governors too. A lot of them are in Dubai enjoying even Toke Makinwa. You know Toke Makinwa? You don't? Oh, well. Somebody's asking me who is Toke Makinwa. Well, I just know that there's a Toke Makinwa. She, she's Instagram celebrity. and reality TV. But I don't know. Anyway, Toke Makinwa was there too. She's there too. And as they are saying, we are all building networks. We are building connections on the bill of the Nigerians who are waiting for Tifnumbu's magic. I'll show you something. See this. I'm going to try and see if I can get it bigger. But if it is not bigger, we'll just leave it at that, okay? I'll just scroll through. Those are the parties that Tifnumbu paid for. All right? Now, I'm going to see if I can enlarge it. But if I can't, it's okay. You could probably see my mouse moving on the screen. So if you follow that, it's so tiny and all that, right? Now, here, if you start from 15,218, that's where Nigeria starts from. And this is where KOOLU is. Okay? So if you begin to go from there, you will see the names like Salisu Muhammad Dahiru, Director General, Balarabe Lawal, Minister, Telomon Joseph, Minister, Simon Bakola Long, Minister, Yusuf Maitama, Minister, Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, Minister, Ishak Adekunle Adeboye Salako, Minister. Then under it, you see Femi Gbajabiamila, Chief of Staff, Betta Edu, Minister, Adebayo Olawale, Minister. Right? Then you have another one under like that, Minister Adelabu. Yeah. Then you have Musa Musawa, Minister. Like Minister. Then you go to a stage, you get Mr. Gilbert Rames Shaguri, confidant of Mr. President. Do you all remember Shaguri? The indicted money launderers that were even accused of funding terrorism in Nigeria. Shaguri. Well. That is the confidant of Tifnumbu, and you should know better. Then when you continue to see the Attorney General, Lateef Fagbemi, that was Tifnumbu's lawyer during the presidential tribunal case. Then you see Minister. Then when you continue, you see where Sheyi and the rest well. Hang on. I don't know if you can still see that on your screen enough. It could be really small and all that. So 590. See that? Those are the people they took to go and talk about climate change. It's just too tiny. Too tiny that I don't want to waste much time on it anyway. So yeah, we'll go on from here. See? Nigeria. 590. Now, if you now see the party overflow, this is where those who were like on another side. Let's see if I can get down the screen. Those who are on the other side, right, who are also from Nigeria. When you look at that, yeah, you see your governors, Obaseki, Bago Muhammad, Obasani, Diko, and all of those, right, from their states. They also went with their own commissioners, head of this, head of that. All of this paid for. You see these ones? This is the rest that makes it 1,410 people to go and talk about climate change. Whether the Antarctic sea, the ice is melting or the ice is not forming well. Climate change, while the Sahel desert has no water and the terrorists are moving down to Nigeria and all of that stuff. These are the people who they went with. Yeah? Sorry, I've jumped to man. No way. Okay, I just kept strolling. Anyway, there you have it. And the real thing, go, where they go on, go, is this. May I show you? Toke Makinwa took us on a tour, okay, to let us see how, you know what I mean, how the thing they be inside the place.
It's day one at the COP28 event. Time for us to register. Here's my fit, guys. I had to give you another angle. I absolutely love this gorgeous girl, right? There's nothing like starting your day with fresh fruit and, of course, some sweet stuff because I'm a sweet tooth. My car arrived. I'm rolling around in Dubai in a Maybach, guys. Screw, screw, screw. Let's go to the Expo Center, which is where the event is taking place. The ride was very painless. As you can see, we arrived in time, very well organized. I must say, all the countries and all their flags are very well represented here. The blue zone is where the registration is taking place. It was a great day to network, guys. World leaders, industry players, everyone is in here. I couldn't help but notice this lovely woman in yellow. She looks so cute, doesn't she? And of course, I stopped by to grab a drink. I was thirsty from all that walking. The media stand where interviews are being conducted is right here. And that's it for day one. I'm going home, guys. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.
See you tomorrow, Toke. Enjoy yourself, Jari. What's that lady's name again? The one that said, she be in a national budget. We go shop and something like that. Hey, what's her name again? Maybe if I remember her name, I'll remember the song very well. Who no like better things? She be in a national budget. We go chop and well. A national budget, enjoy. I just feel kind of fun. I mean, I feel somehow for some of you who spend every evening to come on to Mayegun's Diary Political, to be shouting, I can be, he will spend 8 years. Baba, I wish people like you were drafted in. It's not that these ones went there to do anything per se. I wish some of you here are drafted in as a little reward so that you can at least have a small taste of what they are asking you to keep praying that they succeed in doing. But as usual, you are mostly useless. You know what I mean? There's no one that can say I'm supporting APC. That is, you know, I mean, that's normal to me. I don't know. I respect your uselessness, oh. Sincerely, I respect that. Because when I was growing up, right, it was my grandfather who told me, you know, I used to be very stubborn. I told you that many times, Abby. I used to be very stubborn. Like, I wasn't stubborn. I was just being a little boy, right? However, one day he called me. That's my old man. And he said, listen, I'm never going to lay my hand on you anymore. It's pointless. It's useless beating you or punishing you. No. What happened is that as you lay your bed, so you lie on it. Also, there is nobody that is really, really useless in this life. I can't remember if I asked him, what do you mean? I can't remember because I was like, just like, maybe I asked in my head, like, what do you mean? That nobody is useless in this life. But he continued anyway, he said, you see, when you are good enough that you succeed in life and you become a role model, people will use you as a very good example to other children and say, don't you want to be like Mayegun? Do you not want to be a son like Mayegun? What is wrong with you? What are you doing with your life? Can't you be like that young man? You know what I mean? Like, good example. He said, but if you make mess of your life, and you blame the world for whatever happened to you, and you blame except yourself, you blame the rest of the world for whatever you have done to your life. Listen, you are still going to be an example to other people. They will still use you and say, do you want your life to be like that boy? Do you want to grow up and end up like that person? Is that how you want to end up your life? So you will always be useful as an example to others. Now that brings me to that part of when you are being defrauded. This is a true life story, and I want you to please listen. I may be repetitive in saying it, okay? Nevertheless, it is actually a true life story that happened to me. I have my own uncles and cousins that are likely to be watching as well. And this is going to bring back some memories, okay? It's a matter of when you are being defrauded, when you are being scammed. There is a different level of adrenaline that is kind of going to be running in you until the scam is over. Here you get. True life story. And it was there, it was in 2002. If I can remember very well. Yeah, 2002. Somebody called, and I remember that it was the moment mobile phone became available. I mean, when we used to buy a SIM card for 50,000 naira, SIM card, just to put in a 3310 phone of 30,000 naira. I don't know if you remember that or you are too young. Anyway, 2002. So somebody called my old man. My old man is not a lettered or educated person in that way, but he was a very successful businessman. He was a transporter. I mean, very successful. Most of his children, let me say, most of his children are back there working with him. And some of them are outside Nigeria in the US. So one of them, who is also probably watching, his name was used. They called my old man. Hello, Baba. Sorry, so person, no, so this person speaking. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. I can. You know, the moment the old man now mentioned his son, the person who was calling just adopted that identity straight up. So he started kind of answering as the name of the son. Cut the long story short, they told our old man, there is this business, okay, and it is the supply of some chemicals. These chemicals are used in sort of, fixing pipelines. We are talking about crude oil pipelines. And it is something that is so scarce in Nigeria. But there is somebody who have them to sell. But that person who has all these materials to sell, right, would only sell to our old man because of his son and his connection. None of us felt like we should call our brother in the US and say, well, is this true? They just went on with it. And in that process, our old man would need to, each box was 30,000 naira. That 30,000 naira in 2002 could be equivalent to maybe 300,000 naira of today's money. So each box, and we were to get at least 1,000 of those boxes. That's a lot of money. So our old man decided to kind of cough out money from his business, from his days and all of that. He was even like borrowing from here. We could only get about 15. That was 450,000 naira. So they took him, and my own brother, right, who pretty much was like acting as an advisor, the one that can speak English, okay? So they took, I mean, we went somewhere. I mean, they went somewhere and they brought a box, or about 5 boxes home. 5 boxes was 150,000 naira. And they told us that the allergy that is coming for the supply will arrive in Lagos that afternoon. And he would meet with my old man, okay, to be sure that the business is legit. You need to see all of us clearing the house, telling all our tenants and their children to stay indoor so that our compound, our house could look pretty much like a business place. Indeed, the guy showed up. So well dressed, well shaved, smelled nice, and all of that stuff. And he walked in. We welcomed him. Some of us acted as security. So he went in, he discussed, blah, 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 and he left. He said he needed 1,000. My old man said we'll try and get him 100, but we couldn't. We could only get 15, 450,000. Why am I telling you all of this? It's because, you see, there is something that you, out of greed, do you get that now? Out of greed, something you believe that you are going to benefit, that no matter how ridiculous the benefit sounds, because of greed, you ignore all the dangers. You ignore all the questions. You just flow with it. Do you get that? By the time you realize that you have parted with your life savings, it would have been too late. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is this. A lot of you who continue to get swindled and swindled again and again and again by people, the same people, telling you the same lies, but differently. And then you turn around after a few years, you look back and you then join the chorus of, God go punish our leaders, forgetting the fact that you have played your roles. You want to live in a country, right, that has a working economy, that, the citizens are pretty much like cared for, protected by those they elected. Yet, you are supporting the criminals who are not only just giving you money to turn against yourselves. They taught you how to, to grab it, snatch it, run with it. You can see all of the wrongs that they represent, but in your mind, they don't matter. They will change. Maybe they will change. Well, we finally got all the packages. And then they said they have spoken to the allergy. It will buy 100 from us, not 1,000. Well, we went back to the place, we got 5, paid for another 10. Then I kind of, sort of asked a question. I remember asking that, why does this guy look like, he's a scammer? I can't forget that. I think I did. And I was told, you and this your two know. You and this your two know. We'll put you in trouble someday. Just shut up and just, I was young. I remember I was young, 2002. That should be 20 years ago or 21 years ago. 21 years ago. When they paid the money and then they started calling, it was then that they felt like we should call our brother in the US. When we called our brother in the US, finally, it was like, he was talking to my own brother then, like, are you really that daft? That you will encourage Baba to make out such money? Here you get, like, without even like, what is your business with pipeline? We decided to go and open the box. When we opened the box, what did we find? POP. You know that POP, the one that they use for plastering the ceilings and all that, yeah? Those were the things in those boxes. POP. I saw my old man. He never believed it. It was like they scammed me in this Lagos. Ha! I say, Baba, want it banyo. That's what it is. And to some people who believe in the lies of APC, because they want those lies to come true. They want what they heard them say. We are going to create jobs. All the poor people are going to be receiving money. Your children are going to get free education. We are going to give your children money to go to school. People wanted that to happen. But they are not paying attention to those who are promising them that. So they now wish that what they expected, as in what they were told, maybe one of these days is going to come to pass. But look at their actions. I've told you, I don't kind of want you to keep believing words. You should begin to look into actions, what they are doing, not what they are saying. Look at KOOLU in that same COP28. Yesterday, it was a lady blocking him. Do you remember this one?
Your Majesty, Excellencies, all distinguished guests, if you wouldn't mind looking towards the media bank all at one time with a big smile, I'd be very grateful. Thank you so much.
She's blocking. I'm sorry, she's blocking the president of Nigeria. Sir, she's blocking the president of Nigeria. So can she move a little bit?
It was like he's not even there. Again, they ask him, okay, Alaye, let us go and take pictures. They want to take group pictures. See where the man is standing. They were even calling him, come closer. Come on, come here. He's probably not even sure he's there. Eh? And they are telling you they are signing a deal with Siemens. Of course, they signed a deal with Siemens. They said they want to accelerate the Siemens deals so that they can, on electricity. They signed that at the COP28. But why is he always lost? You remember when I told you that even when at different international engagements, when the world leaders or participants begin to speak to the press, when they speak, are interviewed and the rest of that, you begin to get to have more insight into what and why they are there, into what they are doing and why they are there, what's the benefit. You know what I mean? Talk about your country, CNN, BBC, all those places. They are there too. The king is there. King Charles is there. The media is there. But the reason why KOOLU will always spark 200, 400, 500, 600 people to go before he gets to a place is because those are the people that you will see in the audience. Do you get that? Those ones that will be clapping. Bah, 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 bah. You'll be like, what did they clap for now? Who are they clapping for? Eh? I told you, they will never leave him alone with any media house, anytime, any day. Never. Without them writing the scripts, what the person is going to ask, and editing the broad. It will never, Tifnubu will never join you in any live chats talking about Nigeria. Ko possible. Ko le happen. Do you get that? That's why they have to go with 600 people. So that they can fill up everywhere. They can make him feel like he's in Nigeria. The moment he's no longer with those people, he's completely lost. Totally. See how he's standing there like, why? Come on, man. Eh? Is that not even embarrassing?